This video describes how to use the schedule management system in order to schedule an opening for a ProLogic OTC ATM log. In order to begin the schedule, you would log in using your scheduler credentials. These would have been provided to you. So you click on the username dialog box here, and then you can enter your credential, your username for the scheduler. And then click on the password box and enter your password for the scheduler and click on Login. Once you're inside the schedule management system, you'll see there's a number of navigational systems down the left-hand side here. We want to be in schedule management, which is where it opens by default. And we want to create a schedule for a cash and transit operation. You'll also see there's create schedule for service. Cash and transit or route mode type applications allow you to schedule an opening one time. Creating a schedule for service we could, it's like FLM. We could create a different type of schedule here which would allow this code to be activated for a longer period of time. We actually want to do create schedule cash and transit. This will allow you to open your ATM once. So we click on this and it'll bring up the create schedule template. And here we have a number of input fields. You're seeing here that my organization that I'm showing as an example is the primary system. In your case, it would show your company's name. So we can leave that as the default field. Now we want to select a number of variables. So we're creating a schedule, so we want to create the date that the schedule will be good for, the start time that the schedule would be good for, and then the end time. So you do that by first clicking in this box in order to change the date, or clicking on the calendar and selecting the date. Let's select this for Monday the 4th of April. And now we can select the start time. We want the start time to begin at 0800 hours, so 800 is the default variable here. If we wanted to change that to 10 a.m., we could then put in 10 here. The end time currently is at 1900 hours, so this schedule is going to be good from 10 a.m. until 1900 hours or 7 p.m. If we wanted to change that to 5 p.m., then we would put in 1700 hours. Now, once the date and the time block have been established for this schedule, we now need to select who's going to go to open this ATM. So we click on the magnifying glass and it'll bring up all of the people that we have availability to schedule. In your case, you may only see one or two or any number of people that you can schedule. I'm going to schedule, in this case, ID number 3000. This is Unlocker 3000. This is an example. It would normally be a person's name here. Now, if we'd had our lock set up in dual control, then we could also select a second operator who would be required to be present at the ATM in order to open this. In most cases, you're only going to have one operator. It'll be operating in single control. Once we have the date, the start time, the end time, and who we want to open the ATM, we now need to select the ATM they're going to open. So we do that by clicking Add Row, and it brings up a box here that allows us to search through our ATMs. So we click again the magnifying glass here, and it brings up all of the ATMs that are in our system. In this case, I'm going to create a schedule for ATM number 22. I select that, and I click on Create, or anywhere in this yellow bar in order to confirm this particular ATM. If I wanted to schedule another code, I could simply click on Add Row, and then select another ATM that would also be available to be opened during this period of time. So let's say ATM 24, and again I confirm this by clicking on the yellow area or the Create button here. And it now has a schedule for Unlocker 3000 on this date, between this hour and this hour. He can go to either of these ATMs or both of these ATMs, and he can open each one. Now, in order to confirm this, we click on Save. And you'll see that the screen changes and it has our options selected with the ATMs that we've decided to allow this person to open. And now what we want to do is we want to submit the schedule for approval. So click on Submit Schedule for Approval. That schedule has now been submitted, and it has been submitted to the approver of the schedules in order to allow them to approve this, because again we're using a dual authentication system for our web-based schedule management system. One person schedules it, the second person approves it. So the scheduler would then log out, The approver would now log in. So I enter my approver authentication username and the password associated with that login. Click login. And now you'll see the schedule management system has a number of options here, but approve schedule is what we want to do. So we click on approve schedule. And now you'll see there's a number of schedules here that I've created in order to approve. The one that I created in this example is this one. So I click on view and I can see the schedule that I created. So for April the 4th from 10 a.m. to 1700 hours with Unlocker 3000, he's opening these two ATMs, and I click approve schedule. Now that I've clicked approve schedule, it will change to, the action here will change to cancel schedule. If I wanted to cancel this after having approved it, I could do that. If I don't want to cancel it, and I want this to be available for this particular user to open these two ATMs, I leave it at that and my job is complete. I can now log out, and that schedule for opening both those ATMs is now available to be downloaded to the app by user 3000. It's very simple to schedule openings in the schedule management system for the ProLogic OTC.